Hi Libra, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Libra, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you've got the Hermit card, right? So this is a week really for you to pull back. It's a week for you to, take it down to ground. Very often with the Hermit card, it sees us choosing to be alone rather than being lonely, right? One of the things that I like about this card, it suggests that there is information or wisdom to come to you through your intuition. And so if you're feeling that need to slow down, to pull back, to go on a social media cleanse, etc., it's good because this means that your intuition, your inner high priestess, has a message for you, right? And when this is the case, I often say to people, maybe go into meditation, maybe do some mindfulness, maybe do some Tai Chi or yoga, anything that's going to bring you into alignment with your present moment so that you can start to listen to those inner faculties is really going to be one of the best things that you can do this week for yourself. All right, so do that, choose that as well. For your if you haven't got it yet, your 2022 Taroscope is up and out there for your purchasing pleasure. You can get yours on the link in the description box below or on one of those little floating things above my head. You can get one for $4.99, three for $12.97, so your sun, moon and your ascendant, or you can get the whole bundle of 24 for whole bundle of to all 12 for $24.99. Which is, they're all bargains as far as I'm concerned. I put a lot of hard work and effort into these. If you've already purchased yours, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot that you've chosen to support me this way. For those of you that are going to purchase, I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much. This is the last time I will put this advert out, I promise. For your actions and options, you have the Five of Cups, right? So this week, really taking some time out is probably going to be the best way forward. Now, one thing is also fair to say, this could be quite a melancholy energy when you think about these cards combining. And it's been said that our feelings can sometimes be the most addictive thing on the planet, right? So this week I'm going to invite you, even though it's the Five of Cups and not the Four, I'm going to ask you to look at where you are overindulging in needing to be in a funk, right? The reason I say this is because sometimes our intuition has us pull away because there are important messages for us. It doesn't have to mean depression, it doesn't have to mean doom and gloom. Sometimes you just need to disconnect from the world, right? And from other people. This Five of Cups here, aside from all of its other meanings, it actually does represent overindulgence. And I get this feeling that it's your feelings that you are overindulging in this week. It's kind of like one of those moments where you just want to be in a grump, right? Where you just want to be in a funk. Don't do that, right? Allow yourself to be brought out of it. And more importantly, if you have to, go through it so that you can come out the other side. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Eight of Swords. Woo. All right, so the universe is currently having no chill for the Libras, we can see. Now, you've got this underneath the you've got the Eight of Swords underneath the Hermit card. This suggests to me some sort of self-imposed isolation, right? So this could be anything from a silent meditation retreat. I did one of those myself, of a Vipassana retreat. It was amazing and also very difficult. Not gonna lie, right? I got to day 5, I think it was, and just basically spent the whole day crying. It was intense, but it was really, really cathartic and actually very healing. This could be something like that. Now, when we consider this as well, there's something here where maybe your words are not quite being received, they're not being connected. If you're sending messages to people this week, whether that's via email, whether it's by text, whether it's voicemail, there's no Mercury retrograde to speak of, but there's something here where I kind of get the feeling that you are being censored. Maybe not on purpose, maybe the email gets lost, maybe the voicemail doesn't save, maybe the text message doesn't go through. There could be any number of reasons for this, but it's almost like there's something about you this week that is on mute. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? And it's one of those, have you ever had like you sent an email to someone, maybe it was a reply to something and it was a bit snotty and you think, oh, I wish I hadn't sent that. And then you check and it never went through. This could be one of those moments this week. So, you know, before you kind of just send it again, right, wow, it didn't go through, so I'm going to send it again. Take a breath, take a beat, ask yourself, is this really what I want to say? When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, I would probably say whatever words of wisdom you have this week, they are likely to be either lost in translation or completely ignored, right? So my advice is, if you don't want to be in that position where you feel the need to say, I told you so, rule of thumb, right? Thumper, I believe it was. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, or you haven't got anything that nobody, or if you've got something that you want to say that nobody seems to be taking on board at this moment in time, say nothing, all right? When the moment comes and everyone's like, oh, we should have deferred to you. Hey, listen, you know what? I'll take it graciously. You are a Libra after all. For your business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, it's just like you're not getting out there. Like something that you're doing, it's not being heard. And maybe for some of you, this is that you are actively being silenced or censored. Maybe for some of you, it is that you're choosing not to speak on something. Maybe you're choosing a different path, but there's something here where it's like I literally just can't get that word out of my mind. It's like someone's pressed a universal mute button on you this week. And, you know, as much as that might suck, this could actually be a good thing in the long run. For those of you that are retired or no longer working, I mean, this week you could have an acute feeling of, yeah, I feel isolated. I feel like actually, you know what, I maybe do feel a bit disconnected. Maybe I do feel a little bit unplugged at the moment, and not in the good way. This could be a week where you're having to address that. Don't just sit in it, right? Do something with it. Now that you know this, now that you feel this, now that you're having this observation, make good on it. And then you've got your card, the Justice card. So as a Libra, Justice is the card that rules your sign. You've got this in the love and relations. For those of you that are seeing somebody, newly seeing someone, or kind of in that space, it does look like there is a potential end coming to a relationship, right? Maybe for some of you, you're in the process of mourning a relationship, right? A partnership, a relationship, a connection of some sort that has already come to an end. And this is you really going through the process of that experience, right? For a select few of you, partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this could be a relationship that actually comes to an end over the course of this week. For some of you, this could be a business partnership as well, definitely possible. I gotta be honest with you, I kind of get this feeling that a lot of bridges are being burnt for Librans at the moment, and you know, there's obviously a cosmic reason for this. It's something that, you know, appears to be shaping up. And then for those of you that are single, I gotta be honest, if you are meeting someone this week, I kind of feel like this is more about you trying to fill a gap, right? Rather than actually, you know, being in that space. And, you know, just take a moment to observe that and ask yourself, where is this need to be partnered, to be connected coming from? If it's from a genuine space, then fine, you know, tell me to shut my mouth. For your money and materials, you've got the Moon card. Oh, my poor Librans, I send you all massive wrath hugs. Like, this is not an easy week, right? It's really not. Now, you got the Moon card here. When it comes to your finances, your money and your resources, be careful about what you commit to this week, especially if it's got a partnership, a connection, a collaboration. This is not a week to mix business and pleasure by any way, shape or form. You've got the Moon card here underneath the Eight of Swords as well, and the feel it, sorry, I got that itchy nose thing, and it's always right on the tip, just like by the side. One of the other things as well, because you've got this underneath the Eight of Swords, I will say, if you get into a financial commitment this week, it could be dicey in the future, and the chances are that you can get out of it quickly are slim to none. Whatever financial opportunities are offered this week, they'll still be good at a later date. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is the waters of your body, specifically your lymphatic system. Look after that this week. And then when it comes to the moon card, because it's Pisces ruled, this could be your feet, your toes and your ankles. Look out for that general area. And then finally, when it comes to, and you've got the 5 of Cups here as well. Excuse me. That could be water retention is what comes to mind, so just be careful. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, this would be one of those weeks where if you were to just shut the curtains, turn off the phone periodically, because you know life happens, I wouldn't blame you, and actually I would encourage you to do that. Spend some time doing yourself, right? Doing things for yourself that are going to nurture you, that are going to nourish you. Spend time saying no. Spend time not taking every single call or answering every text message. Spend, or email, all of that stuff. Just take moments to say, actually, you know what? I'm going to exist in my own sphere of existence and let that be enough. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have as conscious a week as you possibly can. Take care, and I'll see you soon.